Well, hello, folk. We have started construction on our property, starting to build the garage and apartment. We had finally got to the point where we had the things in place that needed to happen for us to move forward with trying to get the building started, get construction going. And those things, for the most part, are happening or is happening. One of the main things was affordable health insurance. I had, for me, affordable health insurance for me. Walter, with working with law enforcement, he would be able to stay on his plan that he has through his job, even after retirement at the employee cost. But one of the benefits we found out was if he stayed with the county, with the sheriff department, until he reached his 25th year, it would allow me to also stay on his policy at the employee rate. I could have remained on his policy even if he didn't reach the 25 years, but I would have been paying full cost. But if he reaches 25 years, my cost will also be at the employee rate, which makes it more affordable, because when we were comparing price for health insurance for me, the marketplace was not that cheap. It was very expensive for me to get a policy there. So it's cheaper for me to stay on Walter's policy, especially at the 25 years. I want to say if he had not reached the 25 years, it would have been about the same. Marketplace and what I would have been paying the sheriff department would have been about the same. But because he's going to reach his 25 years, I will get to stay on his health and, well, actually all his benefits. So I get his health insurance, vision, dental, all the healthcare stuff at the employee rate. So that part's exciting. So that is good. So anyway, he is nearing his 25 years, like we're days, a couple weeks away for him to reach that 25 years. And so we went ahead and broke ground, and we'll show you some video of the progress that we are making. So, but that is where we are with the building. I'll try to do like the weekly videos for this construction part, week by week. There's a lot, and we have, had never done this before, and just kind of finagling our way through it, and then trying to decide how we're going to do this and to keep the costs down, because it is extremely expensive. Working with a contractor, not working with a contractor. We're contracting it ourselves just to make this, to keep our costs down, because again, we needed to come here a certain type of way, and so that we weren't completely breaking the bank. Although I think by the time we get through with this, we will be very house poor. So, which means somebody's gonna have to go find a job. So, and when I talk about that, somebody, that's probably going to be me, because Walter's retiring, and so I will probably be heading back to a classroom in the near future. So, but anyway, that's the update of where we are, and I'll start posting maybe a weekly videos of this construction process. I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of this stuff is I'm doing it when I'm feeling like it, because I'm also still managing my dad's doctor's appointment, his health care, watching over him. So I'm still with him through all of this or whatever. So sometimes it can become overwhelming. And when I have a day that I can just crash and burn, I do that. I end up probably sleeping several hours of a day trying to catch up for all the mental exhaustion of trying to manage getting the building, getting this house going, which right now I'm the one who is doing a lot of it because Walter's still working. But when he retires in a couple months, he will probably, step in. I like it when he's here with me, but a lot of it is being managed by me and coordinated by me, which I'm able to do, but he supports where he can. But anyway, it's better with the two of us working together or whatever. So, but anyway, I'm going to try to do weekly videos of the construction process, and then probably once we kind of get the garage and apartment built, we can come back and we'll talk about costs. I'll do some video of the progress, so how this is going, and like I said, I'll try to do this weekly. We mowed last week, and here's the state of the property. Hopefully, once Walter's retired, and we're up here more often, we will be able to catch this grass before it turns to, we have this hay that ends up being on top. Kind of get rid of that part of it, but which of course is going to require us to mow more often than what we're doing now, because right now we're like once a month. But hopefully we'll be able to do this maybe every couple of weeks or weekly. But that is the state of the grass. So got a porta potty delivered to have on site for the contractors as they're coming in, working. So kind of have that set. It's near the driveway that was, cut through, where the driveway's gonna go. There's a porta potty there. And the dump trucks. And I think we're getting 6 loads of dirt from the dump truck. 1 load is already here. So five more loads to come. It's probably going to take the rest of the day for these loads of dirt to come in. Hopefully I get a chance, if I'm still here, I get a chance to capture the dump truck bringing the next load.
To this term function stacking. So function stacking, in some definitions, there's several definitions, but the one that's applicable to us as entrepreneurs is function stacking is doing one thing that accomplishes multiple goals. Doing one thing that accomplishes multiple goals. So for example, my wife and I love to bike ride on the weekends, right? So we'll throw our bikes in the back of the truck or whatever, and we'll head off to all types of different places, and we'll bike ride. So now that does several things for us. Number one, it gives me time in nature. It also gives me a good exercise, a good workout, and I also get to spend quality time with my wife. So I have three things that I've taken care of just by doing this one thing. So it's called function stacking. And what I'm going to go over today, guys, I want you to remember that term, function stacking, because quiz funnels are going to give multiple functions just by using this one technique. And this is something that's super important. So I want you guys to understand the importance of qualified leads to your business. I always talk about no leads equals no sales equals no business. And as a serial entrepreneur for 25 plus years and a business coach for over 20 years, I see it all the time, guys. All the time. When I ask somebody what
That's apparently 6 dump truck loads of dirt. Some of it has already been spread out. The rest of it is waiting to be spread out. And then next contractor coming in will be the plumber. Building a house is very interesting. I'm in a crash course right now, managing all this stuff and getting ready to head down to the building materials place to set up an account so I can order. It also looks like he took the tractor. Let me zoom out. So he took the dirt that was scraped up, the grass that was scraped up, and he's pushing it back around up near the form. So I guess the rest of this dirt's going to have to be spread out. This is nerve-wracking and exciting at the same time. And actually where we are now, so this is the back. This would be the back of the garage in the apartment. And this area here is the main house. We'll go here. So you see the pink and white flags. The dump truck, the company we were working with was working with a couple of dump trucks, so it took them they got most of the loads here, 5 of the loads here yesterday, delivering one late last night, and then delivered one this morning. Because we're dealing with holes, my dad said they're armadillo holes, but anyway, there's deep holes out here. I got the lawnmower stuck in one not too long ago, some months ago. I may have to order another dump truck load of dirt so that Walter and I can fill in some of these holes that are out here. Don't know if the camera does this any justice, but here's a deep hole, big one, that we have to be careful because it can take down one side of the lawnmower. But anyway, it may not look that deep, but it is definitely very deep. So we got quite a few of these guys, that are deep like this that I need to have filled in. So I may have to get another dump truck load of dirt. And, Walt and I, and maybe the next door neighbor has a little tractor. Have him come deliver the dirt around the field in the areas that we need to fill in holes. But most of the holes are usually in this front part. So there's one here. There's a big one over there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll see if I can zoom in. The lawnmower actually went in. I'll walk over there and take a look at it. But the lawnmower actually went in. One side of it went into that hole and I had to be pulled out. I want to say over here, there's a lot of divots, a lot of dips in the land where animals have been bedding down. And so I don't know if their bedding down has caused the dip or the dip was there and they're bedding down there because it is a dip. I don't know which is the case. Walter seems to think that this lot was full of trees at one point, and when the trees were taken out, that he's thinking what was left from the roots that weren't pulled up, that these divots, these depressions, another hole, there's another one, again, another hole, and another hole. Here's another one. So this is 3 right here by each other. Losing my train of thought. Oh, these divots are these depressions in the ground. I don't know if you can see this one that I'm walking up on. When I mowed it the other day, you could see this is where animals had been bedding down. So I don't know if the bedding down, the depression is from the animals laying in here, or if it's from what Walter thinks is when the trees were removed and I guess as much as the root system was pulled up, whatever was left in there has finally decayed, and so it's creating these depressions in the ground. And there's several of these, mostly over in this area, where again, the lawnmower is almost sideways. I just stepped in a little hole there. Well, the lawnmower's almost sideways when we're mowing. So there's quite a few. So the animals like to bed over in this area of the property. Lots of beds. There were lots of beds. And every place that they were bedding down has these depressions, these depressions in the ground. Big, huge, they're humongous. And again, we're able to mow them because they're not holes. They're just these big depressions in the earth, and you just kind of have to go through it several passes on the lawnmower to get it taken care of. But I'm going to walk over to this one little area where the lawnmower took me down. Well, I'm sorry, where the hole took the lawnmower down into it. And I had to be pulled out. The neighbor came over and pulled us out. But I'll show you that in just a moment. This is a hole, and it took down half of the lawnmower. And I wasn't able to get out and had to have the neighbor come over and pull us out. Walter stuck that pole down in there, so I don't know if the indication of how deep that pole is down in there can tell you. But anyway, this is this hole that is there that needs to be filled in. We'll probably get that filled in. Well, I know we will have to fill these holes in, since we're going to have plenty of dirt. Oh, looks like the contractors are showing up. Going to have some dirt to fill this in. But this is one where it took down the lawnmower, and one of our kind neighbors came and pulled us out.